We had a great weekend. Keith, I think you'd agree out here. Kind of interesting the way it's played out because you had a lot of excitement and everything, and then in the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of negativity in the investment communities that room rates were dropping. There were going to be issues. It wasn't going to be the huge draw it was. There's definitely some of the lower properties that had some pretty low rates. I think the at least the anecdotal, that's all we can go on right now, and a little more than anecdotal, but like the casino business was apparently pretty good. Volumes were pretty good all weekend long, and probably more importantly, because that's just one weekend, but the business, I think that the event itself went off a lot better than people had thought. You had some negative commentary from some of the drivers, earlier in the week. And the commentary after was really, really good from a spectator view, from the drivers, from some of the publications like Athletics said it was really good. So that's important because I think that means, all right, when it comes out here next year, there's still going to be a lot of excitement. And it's a recurring event, for 7 years. So that's a good thing for Vegas. And then we've got the Super Bowl, obviously coming up in February. But what we're hearing about the Super Bowl is it's going to be bigger than F1. Especially from a casino perspective, it's going to look really, really good. So we've got that to look forward to. So I think Vegas still catalysts are in place. People are still coming, and the bookings, our forward-looking indicators look pretty good, and we're pretty happy with overall what went on during F1.
Yeah, the comment on from a driver perspective, I heard that from you obviously, but multiple times. The driver's different though. If you're like you own, so for example, the guy that I had, like if you have a black car driver, couldn't have been happier. He's like, I've never seen the private airstrip, and I flew Delta, I didn't fly private, but he's like, I've never seen this private airstrip this packed with PJs. In fact, it's overflowing. He's like, I'm never gonna have a better weekend than this.
Yeah.
And then of course, as you well know, the gaming revenues really play off off people with more money than playing off slots, right? So can you talk about that?
So I mean, there's a lot of high end guys that come into town, and the high end slate was really, really good from what we understand. So it's not necessarily about slots. It's about slots most of the year. There's more about tables, and we'll see about the hold percentage too. I mean, we won't know. Did you have a couple whales that took Vegas or not? We won't know until the final numbers are out there. But it's really going to be about volumes. What kind of volumes can they drive from events like this? And we think they're going to be pretty good.
My first one, F1. That's quite a cool thing.
The race was really, really good. So it was a rough start on the practice round, especially with the manhole cover issue on Thursday. And then the race itself was probably the best race and will be the best race of the entire season. There were about 80 overtakes during the race, 40 of which, probably half, I'd say, happened right around the corner that we had, which is really cool. So we had a great view. And I think it was really, really needed to happen because the first couple days, as I mentioned, we're off to kind of a slow start. There's definitely an issue of oversupply. They priced this inappropriately. So when they went to sell these tickets and a lot of the hospitality packages, just given the expectation of there just being this tremendous amount of demand, they priced it very high, which I think in retrospect will be looked at as a mistake. So a lot of post-mortem analysis that's going to be going on. I think that as far as Formula One goes, Las Vegas is going to be a very important race going forward. And I think there's just going to be a lot of learnings to be had. So really only room for improvement here in terms of the event structure, the showmanship aspect. They just really just like threw everything at this. And I think maybe it was a little too much where they could have, pulled back a little bit and focused on certain things and executed a little bit better. But I think overall, the fact that the race was so good, the circuit layout was positive. You know, we really need to have a strong finish there, which is good.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.